Hey guys, we back. New day, new stream. Judge Hortler ended the stream, but it's past midnight, so it's a new day here. Let's continue. So, I've encountered possibly one of the weirdest bugs I ever seen in Bethesda games, and I want to show it to you guys. So, as you remember, sometimes entering a DLC like Old World Blues or Honest Hearts can crash your game, and this sometimes was related to hardcore setting where you would die out of thirst or sleep deprivation or hunger, but I think they patched this, the game cleared all this when you're starting a DLC. So I continued trying because I didn't see it on my old videos how I fixed it, and about 15 tries later it loaded. But before I show you what happens when I load, what was causing the crashing, it's always some random thing. We have to go back to VOD from earlier, when the Archimedes bugged. So this is what happened earlier today. Oh my god! I forgot it's gonna blow. Oh shit, that was close. So I use the Archimedes here. You can see it being charged. You can see the lasers. It activated. But what happened here? The Archimedes got bugged. You can still see it. It's still trying to fire. The lasers are still here, but nothing is happening. Anyways, I did fast travel and this got cleared, this bug. And that was it for it, right? And then we tried to start the DLC, Honest Hearts. And every time we tried, the game would crash at the end of it. And I don't know how many it was, 20 tries. This is what happened when it finally loaded. This is what happened when it finally loaded. I have a quick save.
I know your feet hurt. I know you're tired. But I know your feet hurt. I know you're tired. I know your feet.
Boom! The laser, the second time.
But I need everyone's mind on the trail. I know you.
Gotta be the weirdest bug I ever seen.
But I need everyone's.
We're in Zion, boys. Archimedes just get to open fire.
I know you're tired, but I need everyone's.
It just works.
Ain't the trail ahead worries me.
Anyways, I gotta highlight that shit for sure. That was definitely one of the weirdest bugs I ever seen in Bethesda game. Okay, we are started Honest Hearts, boys. It finally loaded after so many crashes, and you can see what caused the crash.
I know your feet hurt. I know you're tired, but I need everyone's mind on the trail ahead.
Ain't the trail ahead worries me, Jed. Those descents we made through that slot canyon back up there. Ain't no way we're getting back out the way we come. And then what?
Goddamn.
We only got 2 lives, so this is gonna be tough.
And the 15th too. The new Canaanites will know a way, and if they don't, we've got the maps on our friend's Pip-Boy over there. Enough lollygagging. Get moving, and keep an eye out for tribals.
Sorry to bother you with
Yeah. Watch that bit what caused the bug for everybody. It's just the engine. The engine itself is bugged, Strawberry Coke. In my particular case, that was the bug, and was crashing the game. Eventually, this engine, you know, with something, even something so simple, it can crash. But if you just force it so many times, it will eventually go through. And that's how I fixed it, by forcing it. I think it was how I fixed it the first time. We are not actually in the greatest shape here, so we gotta be careful here.
Jed. Who cares if we can't get back out the way we come? That's not a problem.
Psycho is banned, so I can only use medics right now.
Hold something up ahead.
Oh.
God damn it! Ambush! Cover people! Watch yourselves!
Getting ambushed by this guy, son. Jed is still alive.
Holy hell!
They actually scripted to shoot there, huh? Killed two of them. Oh, everybody dead. Rip Jed. So the third guy that appears kills the Jed, but everybody else just gets shot. Okay, Jed is dead. Hunting rifle and some ammo on this guy. Grenade launcher. This is a scripted, this happens every time. You can't save them. You can see they give you plenty of gear. The weirdest thing about this DLC is there is no... they forgot to put background, like ambient music. It's very weird. Hell, this guy, huh? Had a 10mm submachine gun, so he didn't even know what he had. Okay, it looks like they don't have really crazy stuff. Maybe because we're level 19. The DLC guys are much tougher than what's everything outside. Usually this content is created for you to be on a higher level. But they do scale up with a player for quite a bit. How tough are they in melee? Yeah, these guys are actually, I think they're on purpose on low health. But they still do okay damage. Hey, Rebus. You done right now? Get some health back up. Hey, Gal. Gal, in case you missed the start of the stream, I'll make a highlight, but you must see this shit, what happened. One of the weirdest bugs ever. We are in Zion Canyon. This is the southern passage. And we got a quest, arrival at Zion. Move into Zion Valley. Why is that thing doing so much damage for a 9mm?
Hoy, white legs don't leave survivors often. You're some kind of lucky, let me tell you. You came from outside, didn't you? From the civilized lands. Wow. Joshua will want to hear about this.
Have any of the banned items on you? Yeah. I got the chainsaw, the reaper, and a couple of others. Who is this Joshua?
Joshua Graham. He leads our tribe. Thanks to him, the dead horses are strong and safe from our enemies. He'll want to talk to anyone coming up from Southways. Guess that means just you now. Come, I can take you to him.
That seems strange, you know. I can see one tribe being called White Legs, but one is called Dead Horses. That's like the weirdest name ever. Dead Horses. I don't have time for this. Go away.
Laugh, I meant no offense. If you won't talk to me, talk to Joshua Graham. He's at our camp on the Eastern Virgin.
That 9mm was doing damage. Hey, ball. You know what this reminds me of when I see this these things on the rock? X-Files. And I ought to rewatch X-Files. Been watching Star Trek recently. So quiet, I forgot the ambient noise. We didn't shoo away that guy. We could have had him tell us about some things. Hey, Curious Nature. It's odd I forgot the ambient music for this one. It's like my first thing ever that I always, because you know it's like it's a important part of the game. The Yaguai, I think a baby one. There's a couple of encounters in this DLC which they literally spawn very powerful enemies on top of you. That's the easiest way to die. And this thing, this one attacks you when you kill the coyotes. His eyes are bugged. And welcome boot. So this is this one where we have to go here? We have to go below, huh? Eastern Virgin. Somebody is really skilled with traps to manage to put bear traps at the bottom of the river. Maybe they're like really heavy. Rusted open in 6 hours. This actually looked pretty cool back when it was released, but nowadays feels like so dated.
Glad you made it. Joshua's just to the south, inside the Angel Cave. You'll want to talk to him straight away.
Who are you?
I'm called Follows Chalk. Joshua sent me to scout for any outsiders coming up from the Southern Passage. We can talk more about that later, though. It's not smart to keep Joshua waiting.
Looks like an extra crispy golden gecko. Hey, Deadpool.
You again? Talk to Joshua yet?
Who those tribals who attack me?
Whitelegs. Nasty bunch. They've been raiding deeper into Zion ever since New Canaan was wiped out.
Wait, what? New Canaan was wiped out? How?
That's what Joshua said. Whitelegs came down from Great Salt Lake in force. Fell on New Canaan before they could mount a defense. Joshua found some of the survivors led by a man named Daniel. Most of them have fled the valley. But Daniel stayed on with the Sorrows tribe. He and Joshua have been arguing over whether to stand and fight the Whitelegs, or take the Sorrows and the Dead Horses out of the valley.
Where do they come from?
That's the weird part. Normally, the Whitelegs keep to the Great Salt Lake. I don't know what brought them down this far south.
I'll know more about you.
What can I tell you?
Why are you called full of chalk?
Our advanced scouts leave chalk signs to mark places rich with game. I'm not a full scout yet, so I follow the marks and guide the hunters.
What are all those tattoos?
Dead horses mark ourselves to commemorate our hunts. When a hunter takes a great beast, or when a youth goes on his first hunt, he gets a tattoo.
This guy's on the companions, so he has a lot of text. Tell me about your tribe.
We came up in the land of the Dead Horse, though why the back when folks called it that, I got no hint. We raided, we fought, we lost. Our enemies drove us back into Zion, and we would have died if it hadn't been for Joshua. Joshua and his Kaisar.
Wait, what about Kaiser?
When Joshua first came to us, he was servant to a man he called Kaisar. He led his master's armies, and we were ready to follow him into war. Then he lost his master's army to a tribe called NCR, the Sunset People. When he returned, he was as you saw him. Burned, broken, but changed. He led us away from Kaisar, led us to our own destiny in Zion.
But these tribals are too primitive for acronyms. So NCR is NCR, literally, you know, how he hears it, that's how he says it, spells it. I'm Ben Psycho, Thanks for escape. What did Joshua do for you?
If it wasn't for Joshua, the Dead Horses would still be the whipping boys of the Zion Valley. He taught us how to hold our territory, to protect ourselves. He guided us away from Kaisar, and showed us how Kaisar would have destroyed us.
Think about it, the Honest Heart's story is pretty simple and short one. I think they wanted you to explore the whole environment in detail. There's a couple of side stories to the main story here. What do you know about the New Canaanites?
Little bit. I met some of their missionaries a few times, but I'd never been to their city. Joshua could tell you more. Or Daniel, I imagine.
What's with the shell casings in your club?
We decorate our clubs with them to honor Joshua Graham. They were the weapons of his old tribe, so now they are ours. Can't say they seem that dangerous to me, but Joshua says they won the West.
Remember anything about Joshua from before he became your leader?
Only a little. I was very young. He was different. Prouder, yes, but harder, crueler, more driven. Really, I was terrified of him. We all were. When he came back, I almost didn't believe he was the same man. He was humbler. He wanted to protect, not destroy.
Why it's so important that we fight the Whitelegs?
Well, because they're our enemies. What else would we do? They take our land, they kill our scouts. They poach our hunting grounds.
I don't have any more questions, let's talk about something else.
Ask away.
Tell me about this area, any interesting wildlife?
Mostly it's the mountain bighorners. Whole herd of them up on the cliffs there. Usually they're not too aggressive, but lately, whew, My guess is one of the calves got lost somewhere along the way. Bighorners are communal. One missing calf, and the whole herd gets ornery. If that calf doesn't turn up soon, they might very well come down into the valley and attack the camp.
Doesn't like way too much work, maybe later.
Oh, sure. That's just what the hunters said. Well, I guess let me know if you change your mind.
What was that the last thing?
You again? Talk to Joshua yet?
Tell me more about Joshua Graham.
He's been the chief of our tribe since he came back to the valley. He went off to the civilized world years ago to fight a war. That didn't go well.
What happened to him?
You see his face, you'll understand.
The only recent war I know of is when Caesar's legion attacked Hoover Dam. Is that where he fought?
I don't know. He doesn't talk about it much. Maybe. But how can two civilized tribes fight over something as small as a dam?
You'd be surprised what civilized tribes will fight over.
Now you sound like Joshua. He always tells me that tribal life is better. That I should stay here and forget the outside world.
Small? Have you ever seen Hoover Dam? It's bigger than some of these mountains.
Really? That's... my gods. Must be some mighty civilized folks who built that.
Okay, nothing else. Talk to you later.
Go with fortune, friend.
Okay, Fall of Chalk. Psycho and Banda. It's been a while since that thing got banned. I think I actually might have some with me. Let me just update that. I don't have any psycho with me. No. It's unfortunate. Maybe we'll find some psycho here.
Hoi. Auslander Zuka Joshua Graham.
Auslander. 6. What?
Show respect, Auslander. Joshua Graham, greatest war chief.
Yeah, that.
We should have given you a better welcome on your first visit to Zion. But from what I hear, the Whitelegs beat us to it. Whitelegs seem to be the only visitors we have these days. And I wouldn't have expected anyone from the Mojave to come looking for us. And you're a courier, no less. Not the one I was expecting, but I suppose he wouldn't have come with a caravan. I don't know if you were close to the other members of your group, but you have my sympathy. I pray for the safety of all good people who come to Zion, even Gentiles. But we can't expect God to do all the work.
This is such a cool character. How would I get out of here?
Even though you made your way in, there's no easy way back. Without a map, you'll die in the wilderness. Daniel, one of our missionaries, can help you. But you've caught us at an inconvenient time. We're under continual threat from the Whitelegs.
How about I go find dear Daniel and shake the information out of him?
There are many reasons why that would be a bad idea. I will illuminate 3. First, do not believe that because Daniel is a missionary, he is incapable of or unwilling to defend himself. Second, if you harm Daniel or any of the sorrows or dead horses, I will find you. Make no mistake. God willing, you will not leave this valley. Lastly, waging war against good people is bad for the soul. This may not seem important to you now, but it's the most important thing I've said.
Fine, what do you need?
You're a good neighbor to us. We all go through periods of darkness. In such times, we can turn to the Lord, but it's good to have friends. Daniel and I need pre-war tools to help us navigate beyond Zion. Should we need to evacuate, these instruments will be vital to us. Normally, we would have some of the dead horses or sorrows look for them, but many pre-war buildings in the valley are taboo. They won't go inside.
Taboo?
The Sorrows believe in a spirit that lives in the caves. Say the spirit punished them once for trespassing. They put special marks around the cave entrances to keep people out. It doesn't work on the Whitelegs, of course, but the dead horses are spooked.
Ah, yes. That's one of the big side stories about how these people get to live here. Got to live here. I'll see what I can do.
Thank you. Fallow's Chalk can help you find your way around the valley. He's inexperienced, but he knows enough of our language to ignore the taboos about pre-war buildings.
I wonder if the guy can die. He can actually help us in a couple situations. Just like that, we got added a bunch of quests. A roadside attraction, gone fishing in a tourist trap.
Welcome back. What can I do for you?
Great God, what are you talking about?
I am a new Canaanite. We believe we are the heirs of a spiritual tradition given to our ancestors thousands of years ago. We have made and kept covenants with our Lord God to honor his laws. In exchange, we are promised eternal salvation after this life. A day will come when our Lord returns to judge us all. Until then, we must honor his laws and start others along the path of salvation if we can. That's why we trade with others and work the tribes. We have more than food and medicine to offer. Good news is our most valuable commodity.
Man, it's like... even the post-apocalypse can get rid of this jibber-jabber mumbo-jumbo. Laughing, wait, you don't actually believe that, do you?
I know it may be hard for you to accept or even to understand. In my heart, I believe that though I am a sinner, I have been saved. And I believe there is something beyond this rock, and this air, and this water around us. Something more that is waiting for us. I have been baptized twice. Once in water, once in flame. I will carry the fire of the Holy Spirit inside until I stand before my Lord for judgment.
This is me are always the biggest sinners are the most religious people. Nice guns.
In the Great Basin and Colorado Plateau, all tribes are known for a specific weapon. Whitelegs are known for their big submachine guns, storm drums. They broke into an armory near Spanish Fork and have been using them for years. Of course, the dead horses have their wooden war clubs, and even the Sorrows have their Yao Guai gauntlets. This type of .45 automatic pistol was designed by one of my tribe almost 400 years ago. Learning its use is a new Canaanite rite of passage.
So the White Legs use machine guns, and all the guys use clubs and fists. But they got Joshua Graham on their side. What's going on with all these stutter tribes?
A great deal. There are 3, make that 4 tribes here in Zion. You've already met the Whitelegs on the way in. In this camp, you'll find dead horses. In the Narrows, the Sorrows. And finally, there's Daniel and myself. We're New Canaanites.
Do they speak our language?
Most don't. It's been hundreds of years since the war. They've developed their own languages. Take the dead horses. We think they were originally refugees from a place called Rez, east of the Grand Canyon. They speak a combination of Rez and a language spoken by travelers who were visiting Rez when the bombs fell. Over time, the 2 languages blended. I was a translator years ago, but it's hard to keep up with all of the tribal variations.
Why did the White Legs attack my caravan?
They attack everyone who isn't a White Leg, especially caravans. They don't know how to survive on their own.
Greenskins, huh?
They have to raid. But as for why they are here, they are trying to wipe us out. All of us. They want to join Caesar's legion, and they can only prove their worth by destroying the New Canaanites and everyone we shelter.
Does the valley belong to dead horses?
The valley belongs to God, but no. The dead horses live at Dead Horse Point, up the Colorado River. They came here because I asked them to. Before I returned to the fold, I visited them years earlier. I looked much different then, but I left an impression on them. I taught them how to hunt more efficiently, how to maintain their weapons and pre-war equipment. When I returned, they showed their appreciation.
Well, I guess he's right, you know, there's no more government that owns everything. I haven't seen any Sorrows in the valley.
The Sorrows have many skilled hunters among them, but no warriors. They have not had to deal with war or raiders for decades. Even though they can hunt a full-grown Yao Guai, they don't know how to deal with the White Legs. That's why we're here.
The New Canaanites really a tribe.
We wear more clothing than them and understand more about technology. But we're still a tribe. A linked family of families. The Boneyard, Phoenix, New Vegas, they're just places, metal and stone. New Canaan dies, but the tribe lives on. When the walls come tumbling down, and you lose everything you have, you always have family. And your family always has tribe. Of course.
Run the show around here?
I wouldn't say that. I am the acting war chief for the Dead Horses. They look up to me for such matters, but I only have the authority they give me. Daniel is the spiritual leader and main link of the New Canaanites to the Sorrows. He's up in the Narrows right now.
What did you say about a courier? Who were you expecting?
Caesar would never admit this openly, but he knows that I'm alive. I've killed enough of his Frumentari and assassins that have come looking. I've heard one of them travels the Mojave as a courier. Most of Caesar's agents meet a fitting end in NCR territory. But maybe this one survived.
I think he's talking about Ulysses. Can I ask you some personal questions?
Right now, I'd like you to focus on helping Daniel. Maybe there will be time later.
Okay, bye.
God be with you.
If he has a gun on his side, why does he need all these guns? And when that line, right? God helps those who help themselves, right? So, we got 3 quests. Roadside attraction, gone fishing, and tourist trap. You need to find 5 little scout lunch boxes, medical supply kit, walkie-talkies, a compass. And we could take that other guy with us. Guns ensure freedom. What happens when somebody has more guns than you?
Joshua says you need someone to guide you around the valley.
Hey,
He
Saron.
said I should go with you, if you want.
No way, pal. I'm not spacing around the desert with a barbarian who doesn't wear pants.
I don't think he'll like that answer much. You change your mind. I'll be around the dead horse's camp. Good going.
We can take him, use him as a meat shield.
Change your mind about bringing me along?
He's a guide, let's go.
Good. I really wasn't looking forward to talking to Joshua if you turned me down. Hey, as long as we're traveling together, think you could help me out with a little wildlife problem?
Nope.
Oh, sure. That's just what the hunters said. Well, I guess let me know if you change your mind.
Have you seen that shit? Holy shit.
Hey, Mercedes, thank you. Shack has given you the well-stacked cannons perk. While Shack is in your party, reaching any summit in a Zion Valley such as ranger stations will reveal all nearby map markers and inspire a heightened sense of awareness. Protect perception for 3 minutes. Archmagnets, have you seen the bug we encountered? Was the weirdest bug I ever seen in Bethesda game. Why this was crashing all the time. You can go to the start of the VOD if you want to see it now, but I like a highlight of it. Why are you so mean to him? I don't know. Maybe because we are playing an evil bitch.
What can I tell you?
think this guy can actually get killed in out there. Any idea where to start looking for these pre-war supplies Daniel needs?
Best place to look for back when stuff is the taboo places. Sorrows and dead horses don't go in there. And even Whitelegs don't like them much.
Taboo places.
Lots of
Clues.
them around the valley. Places built by the folk from back when. You'll know them when you see them. Scouts mark them with handprints. The handprints are a warning to keep out. Angry ghosts live inside. Not that I believe in angry ghosts. They're just spooky old places. Right?
Where should we start looking?
Lots of back when places to choose from. But for the things we need, best to start with the really closed up places. 3 I know of. A building down by the river called a fishing lodge. The old ranger station in the northwest. And the general store right by it. Closer to home might be something you can salvage from the place where the little ones fell. Just west of the Eastern Virgin.
What is this place where the little ones fell?
In the river, there's a twisted pile of metal and glass. All full of bones. Joshua says they were scouts, but they looked awful small to me. Lots of that old stuff, how do you say it, electronics. Maybe you could use some of it.
Little ones fell as a bus full of children that fell off the bridge or something.
Ask away. Go with fortune, friend. See those handprints? Dead horses and sorrows mark them on taboo places. Places from back when. Good thing for you, I don't buy into that stuff. Whoa! Here we go! Gotcha!
Who here did they ever tell you that you're really special? It's from a city full of special people. Texas. Where the fuck did this thing come from?
I hear some odd things about the civilized lands outside Zion. Is there really a giant thunder lizard people live inside?
I think this place is optional here. Looking for the crash school bus. There it is. There it is.
Oh my god. Have you seen that shit? Holy shit. What the hell?
Hey, Scotty. Welcome back. All is good. How are things with you? Moved in new house, baby due in 3 to 5 weeks. Good luck with that.
You can know Ninkumpami.
Last time I was doing this, they were actually much higher level, so maybe they are really influenced by our level as well. Got 2 lives. And there's a lot of random things that can kill us here. This is the school bus.
See this? This is why your own 2 feet are better than any cart. Whether it's pulled by critters or goes on its own.
Broken compass. This compass is broken but can possibly be restored to a fully functioning state. Repair the compass. Got a compass. Gonna fish in the next closest location. I guess we'll go over the bridge. How's it going? I know, every time I see those weird shapes on the rocks, it reminds me of X-Files. What gun is that? I recognize that sound.
Whoa! Here we go!
Oh, that was maybe it was a carbine. You see this thing appear out of nowhere?
Bet they don't have anything as nasty as Yao Guai out where you come from, huh?
He never heard of Dead Claws.
Gotcha!
Was a big Khazar up there.
You can know something from me.
Storm Drummer, but they have got a hunting shotgun. That's strange. The best gun in this DLC, it's probably Joshua's gun.
For as long as I remember, the dead horses.
Level up, ding! Piercing strike makes all of your unarmed melee weapons including thrown negative 15 points of damage threshold to the target. Literally deal damage or don't deal damage, this perk. Hey, welcome.
Have thought that places of the old world.
How the hell did he hit me so hard? What happens if you don't have drugs on?
Were taboo. Doesn't look so spooky to me.
Doesn't mean your health even gotten decreased. You're currently doing my round of Fallout 3. Can't wait to play New Vegas for the first time. Damn, you never played New Vegas? Holy shit. And playing it after Fallout 3 is gonna be huge for you. Geckos were having a party here and we just kicked in, stormed in and killed them all. Go to walkie-talkies. And now we have to look for the little scout lunch boxes. I guess we use this kind of bridge path there. It's America, people shoot every day. Just ignore it. You're shooting right now? Really? This guy's giving me a mega perception, huh? Scourge of the Wastes. Apparently we are very evil and we are Scourge of the Wastes. Yeah, I'm in the same spot with the Fallout 4 Luckabug. I got mixed feelings about it. There's some great stuff and there's some horrible stuff. Yeah, the Fallout 3 and even Fallout New Vegas are getting a very aged this already. Maybe Bethesda makes a remake of Fallout 3. You got poison at Dark Natura. Yeah, me too, Waka Baka. I can say I have nostalgia with that game.
Way I heard it, Salt.
Well, think about Dan. He does make sometimes these things look way better than they are. It's like that's the job of the streamers, right? Like I'm playing a game, and so all of a sudden you guys want to play the game as well, and then you know it's not doesn't feel the same. Sometimes, from speaking from experience, is how I got to Twitch, watch other people play Fallout games, because I already played too much myself, or something was bothering me at the time. So sometimes it's just better to just keep watching and don't give in. I watched a lot of people play Fallout New Vegas over the years before I started streaming myself.
The Von Wounds butchered everyone in New Canaan and nailed their corpses to the cliffs.
There's a couple of game-breaking bugs in Fallout 4 Archmagnons. If you're playing on survival, you can't even fix them without modding the game. Well, it's like Vampire Count's Archmagnons, you know. It's a lot of fun until the invocation hex starts crashing the game. It was a always incredible experience for me, Vampire Counts, because I love that faction, but makes me, like, I feel uneasy doing battles because of those crashes. And it's just like, it feels like it's creating stress.
The shadow of a ghost.
I played the old survival in Fallout 4, but I got bored.
Fighting time.
Damn, these things do massive damage even in blocking.
Gotcha.
Those guys, if this thing hits me, I'm dead. These are very balanced enemies in this DLC. You know what's the worst thing about high difficulty in Fallout 3 Vlakabaka? You actually get more experience. The ammo management looks silly, and you get more experience, so you get stronger faster as well. How the hell is he getting killed from there?
could you... Sorry. I hope you got...
Somehow he got killed from that range. Well, he did save my life. Hey, Park. These are stupid enemies. They're fast and they just do mega damage. Those guys can be nested in Deathclaw. There you go, Lacote. That was a very strong enemy, Zizi. But yeah, it's pretty common for the companions to die. Because, you know, they have to create something that works in real time, but they also, you know, have a game that just clicks F5, F9. Quick save, quick load, you know. So on hardcore they're permanently dead, but you can also load. Pains are actually really tough in this game, otherwise. That was, like I said, that was a very tough enemy. That one is almost as strong as a Deathclaw. I'm personally not a fan of companions in real-time games. They fit more in the turn-based games. And never seem to get them right in real-time games. But I think they expect you to scum save all the time to, you know, when you use them. I mean, look at the Outer Worlds. They are just pathetic at the start of the game. They just get killed within a second. And then they're supposed to be dead. In the system of real-time games, the companion should never die, unless it's the part of the story. Should always be able to get them up. And then when they die, what you do? You continue playing, or you just leave them dead? Kind of cut content for yourself. You leave them dead, or you just reload, and you know, like it doesn't happen. I'm secretly hoping they, you know, stop wasting resource on these campaigns, these real-time games like this one, or the Outer Worlds, and focus on other things. But you know, they're always gonna try to cater to people with companions that like companions like that. They just don't work without serious effort in these games. The best way, they did it really good in Fallout 4. I think the Fallout 4 is probably the only system that really works in real time. They get, you know, downed, and then you have to use a steam pack to heal them. If you don't, they go back home. That seems like the best system, really. Instead of like in this one or Outer Worlds, they died, they're permanently dead. But you know, there's the AI, the game balancing early, late, and you know, are you expected to reload or just let them die and you just cut your content for yourself? I like to think they like to put effort into these things, but they also take into consideration, you know, the safe scamming, whatever you said. You know, something bad happens, you just reload. This game attracted a lot of people initially, I think, because of you know, quick save. Oh, something happened you don't like, quick load, and just like that. You know, you can have fun with it, and I think a lot of players get attracted to these games and have fun in these games because of a system like that. But these games have taught me, you know, to appreciate, you know, no reloading. I used to play the F5 simulator like in every game. I realized over the years just spoiling the games. And even if you're not going to get a better learning experience, or you're just learning hardware trial and error, no guides and stuff like that, you know, I still get experience. You know, I enjoy, I like. But you know, some people can look at it this bad. You know, not using, you know, game mechanic, safe scamming. Safe scamming is for a lot of people game mechanic. So yeah, just take it with this, and it's like, well, how I prefer it. There's a lot of people that just, you know, break games and then they complain the game is too easy. But, you know, they spend 100 hours safe scamming Skyrim with pickpocketing and stealing, and then they complain the game is easy. So there's that as well. I much prefer games which just enable Iron Man immediately, and you know, take that freedom from the player, because you know, players won't have them themselves. They want it both ways. They want a challenge, and they want to, you know, safe scam. But if you take away the safe scamming from the player, then you're forcing that challenge upon them. Most importantly, you know, when you play the games, you play how you want, you know, don't let anybody else tell you differently. But personally, I find safe scamming to spoil the game for me, so I tend to not do it. That's just I learned that with Skyrim. And I stopped doing it. I was spoiling my you know, restarting Civilization games and these RPGs like Bethesda games. I feel like we're just diminishing and eventually spoiling the experience. I feel like then any progress and overcoming some obstacles felt like, you know, I didn't deserve to be there. Gonna hug this one. We got the signs for this one. Mines. Lines. Regarding shipping error. Hi Mandy, this is Horace Applebaum out at the Zion General Store. I placed an order 3 weeks ago for the Deluxe Mountain Man All-in-One Survival Kits. You know, the ones that come with a compass, a pair of walkie-talkies and a full first aid kit. I'm writing to you because as of today, I still haven't received the shipment. I'm fresh out of the kits here, and with the summer tourist season picking up, I really need the new ones ASAP. Thanks. Of course. Regarding bus tour, dear Scoutmaster Mitchum, thanks for following up. You'll be happy to know that the Little Scout lunch boxes you ordered have arrived. You can pick them up from the general store when you arrive in Zion. The general store is open Monday to Saturday 7 AM till nightfall. We look forward to seeing you and your scouts on Independence Day. All the best, Horace Applebaum. Regarding shipping problems again. Mandy, who the hell is running this shipping company? I've just received 3 crates of Dinky the Dinosaur, officially licensed Dino Action dolls. These things were supposed to go to some tourist trap in Nevada. How the hell did they get here? Per guess, did someone snipe the top cheer sub last month? No. Nobody did anything over the night, no. You got top cheerer again, Pradik, and Fizbin got a top sub-gifter for last month. Monday, what the hell can I do with this stuff? Maybe if we file off the Dinky trademarking, we can turn them around as kitty souvenirs and make a few bucks, but I'm still looking at a major loss here. Whatever is going on in your shipping department, take care of it, or I'll find somebody else to handle my orders. There's a comment, product exclamation mark MOTML. You can see who got a minimum for the last month. How do you save scum in Diablo 2, product? Yeah. On dying, you would lose items. That would happen in, I think, in Diablo 1. In Diablo 2, you just drop the body and pick it up. You don't have the corpse in Diablo 2 without going there. Yeah, but you just walk to get the corpse back.
Oh my god. Have you seen
And I don't remember that.
Holy shit. What the hell?
Attempt. PS, still haven't received that order of survival gear I requested last month. You know, things I can actually sell to people. When I played the old Diablo 2, I was very thorough about clearing the levels. I would pretty much, you know, OCD explore every zone and kill every mob. So if a death happened, it was usually on a boss or above Nightmare Act 3 as resistances. Here says, listen to you go over the patch notes. So you're saying spells were dealing physical damage for months, yet they removed Forsaken of Zinch spell resist because it was OP. You know, Fu here, you always bring out the worst in a CA. Why make them look bad? The only reason I was backing up my saves in Diablo 2 is because I was playing in like a internet cafe type of place, and random people would just mess up your characters, delete your characters. But I didn't have any problems like that, what you're just mentioning, Product. still have my Stagger 1, Brood War, Warcraft 2 and 3 discs. Missing one of them. I remember one always being tricky to find here. Why would they sell teddy bears in this place? Ah, there it is. And we need a medical supply kit. I put some thought into why they changed the gun line stuff for here. They wanted to do some fun thing between 1.3 and 2.0, so people have a reason to play the game this month. Because the number one thing that people always complain about the guns is like they don't know how to use them. So they made guns so easy to use, you just basically any idiot can use them now. Instead of, you know, checking the terrain and deploying a proper formation. Well, that's good, ball. We gotta play other things. Contaminated medical supply kit. This medical supply kit is mostly intact, but several sterile bandages have been broken open and this disinfectant bottle is leaking. You can try to salvage what's there, or you can find a replacement for the contaminated components. Then you can use alcohol to sterilize the bandages. Sterilize the kit with alcohol. In a bottle of alcohol. I'm gonna waste good whiskey on sterilizing this shit. Let's use this nail polisher. It's weird how these quests are progressing here. Also a little bit off. I go to the source camp. Looks like these guys are having some kind of poison. I can't remember, but there are a lot of 12.7mm Honest Arts. If you're high enough level, the enemies have powerful weapons. look at that! Look at the damage, just a young one. Like, what the fuck? You wanna hear the best thing, guys? I got the meta build with the DT, with protection. Literally, even with the best scenario, they still have ridiculous damage because it's very hard. Terrible, terrible scaling. If you actually had this on like normal difficulty, you literally take no damage. You just pop a burger during combat and you're healing faster than the enemies are doing damage. Unban item, my choice. Oh, look at that rare shader giving me a choice to unban an item. What are we gonna unban? Ooh, the good stuff is banned. We're gonna unban banana yucca fruit. That's 17 banned items right now. Another 10k spent there. Bernard's still waiting for a prime sub. I can never really catch him online alive. We're so gonna die in these little civil shit weapons. Orcs, Tomb Kings, and David's versus Carmen gonna be brutal. Goblin archers, skeleton archers, portalers. Scarman goes poof. What?
You are the one Joshua Graham sent to us. Blessings of the Father in the cave on you. Daniel is waiting for you.
Waking Cloud. What's your deal?
Waking Cloud is my name. I am midwife to the sorrows. It sounds ill-omened, no? Midwife to sorrows.
Who made all this little scene Fallen Yeager's pretty dark. What do you do when you're not delivering babies?
I tend to other hurts and sicknesses that afflict our tribe. I also scout the valley for the herbs I use in my medicines.
Midwife, I haven't seen any children around.
The children and the old have already been evacuated from the camp. They are safe enough, unless the Whitelegs come for us in force.
What's something else?
What would you speak of?
Tell me about your tribe.
We have dwelt in the Narrows since the end that came in fire. When the Father in the caves punished the world and made us forget the Holy Tongue. We have had good relations with the other tribes in the valley. At least before Salt Upon Wounds brought his Whitelegs here. We have Daniel to thank for our continued existence. His advice and help has kept the Whitelegs from overrunning us so far. I do not know how long even he can protect us, though.
The chief of the Whitelegs is called Salt Upon Wounds. Also like a standard Reddit user these days. What do you know about the Salt Upon Wounds?
He is war chief of the Whitelegs, and the worst butcher of them all. The tribes he has crushed are many. The warriors he has slain, countless.
Give me some info on this Daniel. Who is he?
Daniel is a wise man and a great friend to the Sorrows. He taught me to speak the language of New Canaan, the English from the holy books.
English. Holy books?
Yes, the language of the New Canaanites is the holy tongue, for it is the language their sacred books are written in. The Father in the caves brought it to them after the judgment, but the ancestors of the Sorrows sinned against him. They were denied the true tongue.
Do you know him long?
6 years. He attended the birth of my third child. It was a hard birth. The river nearly carried my water to the Father, and my child's with it. Daniel knew the ways of New Canaan's medicine. He stepped in and saved both of our lives. After the birth, I asked Daniel if he would teach me what he knew of childbirth. He agreed, and so here I am.
What's everyone's favorite DLC in New Vegas? When I first time played the game, it was the Old Blues, but as I play the game more, it's Dead Money. And Dead Money was my least favorite first time. Now my least favorite is Honest Hearts, but Dead Money is like excellent stuff. It gives you that like super depressing end of the world vibes. Very dark.
What would you speak of?
Ooh, what is the Father in the Cave?
Have you not heard of the God of the New Canaanites? He is our protector and our judge. He helped our ancestors find their place here in Zion. He gave us many gifts, but we are not to seek him out. His caves are forbidden to us. Those who seek them out are taken from us.
Father Elijah's voice actor nailed it. Just nailed it. It's kind of crazy how one guy can carry a lot of stuff. You know that show Blacklist with James Spader, very talented actor. The guy is carrying that shit on his back for years. Well, pepeLaugh is kind of like James Spader for Dead Money. It wouldn't be that good without him. Maybe just average, I think. Doesn't sound like what I've heard about the new Canaanites.
Perhaps you do not fully understand the new Canaanites. I have seen the Father's images. His holy bride and holy son were given unto the world to save it. They dwelt in the caverns of the mountains, caverns which can still be seen today. The people sinned against him and were punished with the end that came in fire and the loss of the holy tongue. Only the new Canaanites were spared.
It looks like they confused the religion of New Canaanites. I see, that's fascinating.
I'm sure Daniel could tell you more. His knowledge of the Father is greater than my own.
That's all.
Then I will look forward to our next speaking.
Why do you need to kill the old lady for here? Just go directly for Boulder City, get a lever action shotgun, get 50 repair, repair that until you find a hunting shotgun, and then just switch between hunting shotgun and riot shotgun. You really got all the shotguns sorted from the start of the game. I think the only reason the sword of shotgun is in the game is because the reference to the Mad Max. Why they put the sword shotguns in the Fallout, this is the recent Fallouts at least. I can just beeline for the Boulder City to get a lever action shotgun from the bar. I have to collect all the named weapons even if you never use them. Sounds you got a problem for here. Is that World of Warcraft syndrome, where people collecting all the mounts?
The dead horse has told me details about the attack on your caravan. A stranger's sympathy might not count for much, but for what it's worth, I'm sorry. The Sorrows will mourn your friends too. They mourn everyone, even the Whitelegs. They have sensitive souls. Innocent, if there is such a thing. In spite of what's happened, I hope that Joshua and I can help you out of here. But to be frank, we need your help too.
Who here, were you that pepeLaugh that one day triggered me when I didn't build a landmark in a couple of provinces because they wanted to build landmark as a landmark, you know, it has to be there even if it doesn't do anything. You know, like the Panthers Knights chapter house in Midland. Building landmark as the landmark, as devs, you know, made them landmark. You have to build a landmark because it's something. When they're worse than a basic building sometimes. People like this is the reason why these buildings are garbage. You know, if less people would build those garbage buildings, use this crap, they start whoring the developers. You know, they would have seen the stats that people are not doing this and not doing that, and things need to change. And you increase the odds of this improving and changing over time by, you know, a small amount. If now people do it, they might actually change it. What do you do here?
I used to help the Sorrows with various medical problems and general issues they were having, but my bishop sent me here as a missionary. We New Canaanites believe that there is a path to salvation for everyone, and it's important that we set people on that path if they are willing.
Oh god, they got bishops in 20th century. Salvation from what? The wasteland?
A spiritual wasteland, yes. We believe that before this life, our souls existed elsewhere. And after we die, our souls will leave this world. During our time here, we have the burden of choice. The choices we make determine where we go in the spirit world and how we will face judgment. New Canaanites believe, as many once did, that God was made flesh here on earth as a man named Jesus Christ. He sacrificed his life to save us. Every sin, every terrible thing that you, me, or any one of us have done for all time was washed away by his blood. We just have to accept his love. That's why we visit the tribes, to spread the good news. For all we know, we New Canaanites may be all that remains of Christ's followers.
Why don't you teach them something useful instead of filling their heads with nonsense?
We teach them practical skills for this life, and we prepare them for what's to come. The Sorrows could master all the wonders of the old world, conquer the Great Basin north to south. But without God's love, they would have nothing. It is shelter in the storm, food in times of hunger, warmth and light in the cold and darkness. What can compare to that in value and versatility? You don't agree. That's your choice. It can be their choice, too. No one is forced to follow the narrow path.
No one is forced to follow the narrow path. You know, yes, in this show called Preacher, as the best religious show I ever seen. Never heard of it. I find these things fascinating, you know, how people get brainwashed into these religious cultures. There was a couple years ago, this TV show on Netflix called Messiah. And I was waiting for years for someone to make a show like that. I'm not sure if you've seen it, but I've seen it twice. Maybe actually I've seen it 3 times now. It's very intriguing stuff. It's like second coming happens, and viewer, you know, what is shown to the viewer and what is shown in the show. Viewer is always kept guessing if he's a real deal or if he's a con man. But in the perspective of the people that live in this world, that are experiencing this, everybody's just working so hard to discredit this. Because, you know, this is impossible. This is like, this can't happen. Yet, for thousands of years, they've been following this religion. And something like this happens, and all of a sudden, like, they will not accept it. Like, what the hell? This is, like, so fucking bizarre. They believe something, and when it's in front of their eyes, they don't believe it anymore. So, they believe in this fake mumbo jumbo jibber jabber, but when there is hard evidence in front of their eyes, they're skeptical. They don't believe it anymore. It's bizarre. I like how in recent years all this religious part of society is slowly, you know, turning into like part of the culture. and no longer, you know, something really important in our lives. Thank Sigmar. You know, the older people will tell you that you know, humanity is losing values because of this, and of course they have to blame stuff like, you know, first they started blaming video games, computers. Now they blame what social media is the devil in our lives, because people can't control themselves. You have to follow their addictions. Oh, that evil Big Mac. You need Christ in your life to prevent that. What do we have here? They have a religious upbringing? No, not really, no. My parents were not religious, but on my father's side, yeah, there's, you know, some of the religious. They had, like, you know, they taught me the prayers, and they had like religious symbols in the house. Sometimes went to church. I had the religious, you know, teaching in early school for like 4 years. And already from the youngest age, I found it a bunch of nonsense. But yeah, we are a Christian country here. Most young people, they have no choice. They, you know, get christened, you know, when they are, you know, 1 year old. And, you know, the parents pick religion for you, but nobody really practices it anymore. Slowly fading away. So you gotta decide for yourself when you get older, cause, you know, when you're young, the parents decide for you sometimes, even if, you know, they're not religious themselves. But, you know, it's a Christian country still, unfortunately. This would go for a quest. Like my nephew, I don't think he was christened, so I finally started, you know, skipping this. Fortunately, well, it's a bunch of superstitious nonsense, but it's been part of our culture for thousands of years, so you gotta respect it. But it doesn't mean I can't have my opinion about it. Why are you so eager to evacuate Zion? You don't seem to be a pacifist.
There's an old saying that goes, if you want peace, get ready for war. You've got me figured half right. I'll shoot dead any white leg that tries to creep into this camp. But it's only to protect the Sorrows. The Lord helps those who help themselves. But the Sorrows don't know how. Joshua and I do. Since I got them into this mess, I need to get them out.
It's an awful lot of responsibility to take on.
The new Canaanites interfered in their lives. We did that. And we've done it before, with others. Always with good intentions, but things go wrong. When that happens, we can't just abandon them. Let them die at the hands of New Canaan's enemies.
I like how they do it in the video games product, you know. Like in Medieval Total War, you build a church, you convert some population, and you make them a little bit more content. You know, they can go on with their lives, thinking if they work hard in this life, they'll be rewarded in the next life. Just think about that for a second. What a nice way to mass control the masses. you work and you're good in this life and you'll be rewarded in the next, or you're not gonna go to hell or something like that. So it doesn't really hold anymore in 21st century. Some countries are still, you know, forcing it, you know, unfortunately. But a lot of them just give you freedom, you know. So it's become, you know, part of a culture that's, you know, starting to age. A couple more generations, it's gonna be extremely rare, I think, outside those extremist countries with their religions. It does help people with psychological issues. Well, whatever, you know, whatever gets them going, you know, through a day. I've heard many times in my life, usually the people that pray the most are the people that, you know, sinned the most. Maybe you should stop sinning, you know, and you need to start praying too. It's like let's say you get cancer, Pratik, or you're, you know, you're fighting this, you know, praying, it won't help you really. Not eating for a week, that might help you. Science will win, not religion. It feels like a lot of time like it's just false hope. Make things worse as well. But whatever works to get you, you know, the next day. Like look at the honest hearts here. You know, they find a bunch of tribals who are ignorant. You know, they're basically savages culturally. And they try to, you know, assimilate them to religion. And they try to assimilate them with, you know, teaching them a language first, so they can understand each other. And then, like, after that, some common sense. LH, do you believe in the Emperor? Of course. Emperor protects. Yeah, exactly, tell it. It's part of our history and culture, but you know, it's no longer, you know, really that part of our lives, because, you know, the society have changed. So you still gotta respect it, you know, from the you know, from the history. It's really slowly becoming a really you know, thing, a cultural thing. But, you know, trying to convert other people or proselytize this thing, or thinking, you know, like it's a must to be a part of a society, that's brainwashing. Of course, some people are gonna need some spiritual help, you know, mentally challenged, or, you know, people who just have always some kind of issues in life. So joining these groups, you know, might help them, because, you know, they've tried everything else. They might get convinced, but it's usually going to be pushed through like some, you know, social encounters. Maybe they like do a different social encounters to, you know, change, and not, you know, getting brainwashed. I'm not sure what's gonna be the easiest thing here. Killing them sounds like a lot of fighting. It seems like the religion still works for a lot of people. Gives people some discipline in lives. This is a thing that's also starting to disappear from a lot of behavior, this discipline. So if it works for them, well, sure. As long as they get some discipline going. kind of like education, you know, another form of brainwashing. They get you at a very young age. Joshua's come with a reasonable alternative. Why not help them fight?
Joshua doesn't just want to fight the Whitelegs, he wants to annihilate them. The stakes are too high for their tribe. Hurting them won't dissuade them. If they can't join Caesar's legion, they'll die out in a generation. They've never learned how to survive. Food preservation, tanning, even basic hunting and cooking seem beyond them. They only survive by scavenging and raiding. But that can't last. They'll only stop if Joshua and the dead horses can kill their war chief and their entire war band. That's exactly what he intends to do.
People also like social connections because of technology, so a lot of religious people are mentally healthier because of the community. True that, true that. This is another thing that's happening in the world, like the sense of community has weakened as well. But could be, you know, because, you know, much less religious people out there, could be, you know, other things. But, you know, the sense of community could also, you know, be built via, you know, just, could be a thing in the family or, you know, schooling as well. Because, you know, they try to make these things work, you know, or through families and the community around the families. Hey, welcome, Willie.
Oh my god. Have you seen that shit? Holy shit. What the hell?
This city where I'm living, the capital of Croatia, literally the center of it, and how it started like a religious settlement. You know, we have in Transbritannia those religious centers, you know, some was developed in the cities later over the hundreds of years, centuries. And really like a cathedral and big religious complex in the middle of it. There's like a 800-year-old cathedral in this place. But no, the Whitelegs.
They're hateful savages who live only to plunder and destroy. Their leader is a devil called Salt Upon Wounds. War is all he knows. Everything he has, everything that tribe has, was taken by force, raiding, and scavenging. It's said there's no man deadlier at close range. That power fist of his has smashed 100 skulls. Maybe that's true, but so what? It's a low form of leadership. A tribe that knows only war has no future. And so he'll lead them to Caesar.
You guys seen the Daredevil TV show? That priest from the show, very interesting character. When Daredevil asks him, does he believe in the devil? And that answer he gives him, that's like how I imagine a good priest to be. Was probably one of the better characters to play a priest there. Instead of, you know, just talking from a book that's doesn't really help you anymore, you have to just apply it how it goes with our society or community, whatever you want to call it. And see things how they are. Usually when horrible things happen, it brings people together. the religious things. When you think about it, what will bring most people to church? Usually tragedies, right? Either on a massive scale, like earthquakes, fires, or I don't know, wars, or funeral, somebody dying. That's really what brings people together in this sense anymore. What know about the Father in the Caves?
Father in the... Oh, right. He's some spirit the Sorrows used to believe in. Watched over them from the caves in the valley. They marked some of the caves around here because they think they'll be punished for going inside. I think as more of them learn the teachings of the new Canaanites, they'll lose their old superstitions.
I don't know. When you look at the religion nowadays in the 21st century, and when you look at like in the Middle Ages, I really like the more of a middle-aged version. When everybody was ignorant and didn't really know what to do with their lives, it made much more sense back then. I feel like it brought some order to life. But nowadays, it feels like it doesn't belong anymore. It's like when I'm attracted to like medieval wars, because religion is a big part of it. And then it's like interesting how they made everything around it. It's like when the whole world was literally around religion in the Middle Ages. Nowadays, it just doesn't feel like it belongs anymore. You might want to have a chat with them. They think your Lord and the Father are the same.
Oh? Oh. Of course. How stupid of me. They probably also think Mary is the mother and Jesus is the child. No wonder they picked up on things so easily. I guess it just goes to show how difficult it is to communicate sometimes.
What do you guys think if we ever get like literally see aliens, extraterrestrials, or God forbid, Sigma forbid, alien invasion? What will that make of all the religions of the world? How are they gonna explain this? Imagine Pope giving a statement about aliens. I would definitely want to hear that. Or the aliens come to our world to proselytize. I'm not sure that's the right word. Spread their mumbo jumbo jibber jabber religion. They come here to convert us because we are ignorant barbarians, savages. We need a religion to bring us together, closer. If God created the universe, then aren't they God creations as well? Which God, Ragnar? Which God? The Christian God? The Muslim God? The Hindus? Which one? Yeah, but more than how the planet is not a Christian or Catholic. But saying this thing out loud, God created the universe, is like the... it's even worse saying it out loud than reading it. Joshua told me you needed a few things. I think this is everything.
Well, I'll be. I was starting to lose hope we'd be able to get any of this, much less all of it. Tribals are smart, but, well, they're ignorant. Letting go of a taboo is difficult for them. So I knew it would have to be one of us. Turns out all it took was a Gentile, or, no offense. These supplies are a godsend. But if we're going to evacuate Zion without drawing more White Leg attention, I need you to go back into the valley. Specifically, I need you to scout out some locations for White Legs and try to recover a map of Grand Staircase, a wilderness area to the east. There's also the matter of the roads. We're going to be heading out of the east side of the park, but I'm not sure the way is clear.
This one is still progressing quite fast. I had this illustrated Bible in the house, and they tried to like connect like everything. And you know, I always like to look at the pictures, read the stories. There's some definitely good stories in it. But the thing that always made me laugh was one of the earliest pictures in it that showed the dinosaurs in the Bible. If you'll get me out of here, sure.
Listen, I understand that you want to go home, but we didn't ask you to come to Zion. As far as I'm concerned, you're an uninvited guest. In better times, I'd drop everything to help you out. But I have to ensure the safety of the Sorrows first. And don't think you're alone in this. One of the Sorrows, Waking Cloud, has volunteered to help you in the valley. She's an experienced hunter and has a special gift for staying out of sight when she needs to. Should make things easier for you. After that, all that's left is to evacuate the Sorrows safe and sound. I'll give you a map, supplies, everything you need to get back home.
What if the alien invasion is little dinosaurs come to reclaim this planet? Well, if the dinosaurs are gonna come back to reclaim it, Jeep count they're here from Draconos. It's his fault they left in the first place. Did they decide who you're playing when the Morals releases? Most likely Empire first. Ragnar says, I remember one time I was waiting for my mom at the shop when I was about 4 or 5, and on a table next to my chair was a book titled The Greatest Story Ever Told. I was like, oh, this is gonna be awesome. It's gonna have some elves and shit and magic. First sentence, in the beginning God created man. I immediately closed the book and said sulking. Well, when I try to explain to my mother the Lord of the Rings books, I do compare with Bible. But you know, it's still a mission impossible, I tell you. Alien has given you some pre-war mining explosives and a special detonator for them. They aren't useful as weapons, but could be used to collapse certain caves if that proves necessary in your exploration. Bible does have some great stories. That's all it is, just stories. Imagine the first book ever written was Lord of the Rings. Yeah. Who do you think we'll be worshipping? Gandalf? Galadriel? Or Elrond? Or maybe Sauron? Anyways, we're getting so off topic from the game here. But it's also nearly 3 in the morning, we should save here. To be continued, boys. Thank you for watching and good night.